All right, we are live, and the New York Mets are baseball terrorists that are currently ruining our lives at an alarming rate every single night in ways we can't fathom. They find new ways to do it. They get us. They do it when they make us have no hope. They give us some hope, and then they rip it out of our hands, our hearts. They do it in disgusting ways that anyone should be able to manage their way out of it. They do it with the hitting, the starting pitching, the relief pitching. So to get yourself through the absolute horror of being a Mets fan, you need to grab yourself a Coors Light. We got to believe it's presented by Coors Light. When you're juggling work, family, the busyness of summer in general, and the most evil baseball team of my lifetime, it's easy to feel the pressure. That doesn't mean we have to lose our chill. There are plenty of chances in life to make things better by choosing chill. Grab every opportunity to choose chill, then reach for a refreshing Coors Light. Coors Light used to be the bullpen beer of this podcast. Then it became the hitting beer of this podcast. Now we're in the starter. Occasionally when the lineup does hit, we don't have to drink during the at-bats. And then the bullpen, like at some point, they're just going to pop because they are pitching the most innings in the sport other than the Chicago White Sox. So Coors Light is the mountain cold refreshment, crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. New York, choose chill, choose Coors Light. Proud partner of the New York Mets. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/believe. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. You have to then drink after the game and then to start the day just to cool off from the hell you're in. You can see 4 glum faces here because I don't think anyone wants to talk about this team. We're going to see if anyone wants to listen about this team because this might be the lowest rated podcast ever.
Are people in the chat if people are watching this podcast, like you need to go to therapy. Like get
This is the therapy.
What if we set the record for the least viewed podcast right after the Taylor Swift set the record for the that would be pretty impressive, right?
Bro, this guy, just one dude, Theo Isaac in the chat says, "Let's go Mets." Bro, you're sick. You're sick in the fucking head.
Masochist, yep.
Okay. How about this? I'm gonna try to spin some.
No, don't. I don't want to fucking hear it, Clem. What bullshit do you have in store? What?
I don't even have. I'm just coming up with this on the fly. How about this? Hot seat, cool throne. Eric Chavez, cool throne. Because now the starter. Now everyone's gonna start hating Jeremy Hefner.
That's honestly not a bad point. Like, see now what, guys? What? Eric Chavez isn't the problem. We're fucking mashing. It's now Hefner in the pitching lab. You're happy about that 3 months ago. Now you're mad about that. It's almost like these things are fucking cyclical and don't really matter. Clem, you've been with me from the beginning. How many podcasts do you think I've done in my life?
Oh my God. Wait, this or everything?
How many podcasts do you think I've done? Guest appearances, my shows, ones that are still on, ones that got canceled, live stream, whatever. How many times? How many think I've done?
Thousands.
Thousands.
It's easily thousands. Tens of thousands, maybe.
I was going to say 10,000s.
This is my least favorite podcast of all time. When I woke up today, first of all, I went to the Late Mascots premiere last night. I am hungover for the first time in years.
Oh, no.
Thought to myself, like, oh, all right, I don't have anything to do tomorrow. I'll take it easy. I wake up. And I see the text. We going at 10 o'clock. And when I tell you, if I had a gun next to my bed, I would have killed myself. I would have killed myself. I didn't even watch. I was at the premiere, so I didn't watch last night. But when the actual premiere ended, hop on my phone, check the score, 6-0, 6-0, on top of last night, the night before. So I'm riding high. I said, Late Mascots was awesome. Mets are up 6-0 in the second. We are back. Juan Soto, period. By the time I get a beer, talk to some people, by the time I check the score, we're fucking 6-5. By the time I check the score again, it's 9-5. Then I'm like, you know what? We've been mashing. The Braves stink. I'm going to check the score. It's going to be 9-9. 13-5 or whatever the fuck it was. It was just like, I really couldn't believe it. I genuinely thought after the Pete home run and the Nimmo home run and like putting up a lot of crooked numbers and a lot of hits with runners in scoring position and all that, I thought, like, I think this might be one to grow on. And then when you're up 6-0 in the second, I was like, I think this really could be, enough to like right the ship in a reasonable way. And no, I think it ends up being maybe one of the worst losses of the season. And here's my real problem. I made a promise between myself basically and the team, the fucking team, that this was the year of no console. I said you earned my no console this year from not only the 2024 run, but just everything with Cohen and the way it started to build. And it was like I could really see the blueprint, see the path. And this is how I'm repaid. This is how I'm repaid. Like I finally give you my heart and give you my soul and promise you things are going to be different this time. You know, let's get married. And then what do? You fuck me in the ass. You just fuck me right in my face. Last night would have been a full-blown console event for me, for sure. Sure.
I got a text from my buddy Joe Lightning, and he said the first consoles.
Wait, what? Who's Joe Lightning?
I thought I've told you about him in the past.
Maybe, but listen,
he's my buddy Joe. And the reason he's called Joe Lightning is because he would always be in last place in Mario Kart, and he'd always get the lightning and fuck everyone up.
The man, love him.
And he says the first consoles of the season have trickled in his group chat, which is something we did not see coming like a month ago, even with a little bumpy patch. The worst part about last night, and then I'm going to pass it along to Kyle and Bill. I said the night before, I texted you guys in our group chat the night before when we came back, and then the Braves had their thing, and then we came back again. I said, we're not out of the woods yet, boys. We're not even in the woods. And to be honest, we were out of the woods. I just didn't know it. Everything was fine. Game was over. In fact, we probably had like 2 more home runs since I sent that text. Last night, the cards got to stay up. That's just day one baseball fan stuff. Bad job by me, especially against the haunted, cursed franchise from Atlanta. I have to know better than that.
The Braves could be 1,000 games under 500, and I would still be like,
and down 1,000-0, and be like, oh, this one's going to really hurt. You have to change your mindset. So this team has changed my mind. I will not give the Mets the benefit of the doubt or think this one's over or be like they can pull this one out for the rest of the season, which again, I think is a good thing in the long run. When I said, what was it? It was like the Brewers game when they took the early lead. I'm like, this is going to hurt when they blow this 6-0 or 5-0 lead. And sure enough, I'm like, you know what? It's liberating when you actually figure out that your team is just not that team and they can fuck it up. So I am in a better place mentally after last night. I'd say rock bottom was the Sunday game against the Brewers. Last night could be rock bottom. We're not even at rock bottom yet. So, Kyle, where do you think we are in terms of the rock bottom scale?
I don't even we should be even lower than we are because they could have easily given away the Pete Alonso night. Like, they already fucked up David Wright's number retirement. Of course, Pete Alonso breaking the franchise record. Clay Holmes sucks. Let's just call it what it is. All of our pitchers are terrible, and then the one guy that you think you don't have to worry about, and I'm not even going to hang it on David Peterson because he's been so good for us all season long that the one time where you're like, oh, this is going to be a cakewalk, of course he comes out and walks 5 guys and lets them right back into the game. 11 unanswered runs. Are you fucking
That's insane.
That is insane. Absolutely absurd from a team that's supposed to have postseason aspirations. And the craziest thing is they've been so shitty for this last 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is, 2.5 months, and they still have a playoff spot. You know how good you had to have been to not give that away?
I was
this bad?
I have like a rule that you can't cancel if you are in the playoff picture. Like right now we would season ended right now, we'd be in the playoffs for maybe one more night because the fucking Reds are 13 back and we're 12 back. So like they're right there. And I did say, I was like, if the Cincinnati Reds overtake us, not that they're like a bad team, but like they're the Reds, you know, I was like, then we officially really have a problem. And I just didn't think that was going to happen at least this quickly. And, we're going to lose tonight or the next game and we'll be there. But the fact that we are still in the playoffs right now and the fact that we have technically a better record than the Yankees is fucking insane. Insane. And it's actually testing how good we were in the beginning. How fucking good we were to be able to withstand like 2 for our last 25 or whatever the fuck it is. What was Clem telling me? Aside from that 7-game win streak, which I think
2-24 or something.
Yeah, I think now 2-25 because he was telling me that yesterday. I was pushing back on him. I was like, yeah, bro, but there was a 7-game win streak in the middle there. Like you can't discount that. But then you start to see these kind of losses, and you kind of can like take that out. It's 2-25 aside from the 7-game win streak. That's
And then you're gonna still walk out that goofy ass fucking sandal. Take that chancla,
that's got
turn it sideways, shine it up real nice, and shove it right up their candy ass because you can't even score runs. And then the one game you do, you come out with this floppy fucking sandal.
It's the Homer Horse 2.0.
Jesus Christ! Like
we're at Donnie Stevenson.
You do
Might be
that.
at Donnie Stevenson
You do
territory.
that when you're the runaway favorite in the division. You do that when you got the OMG Magic. They're just trying to manufacture dumb shit on a team that's already struggling. Why? Why are you going to add fuel to the fire of we can't score any runs, but anytime we do, here comes this stupid fucking sandal.
And you say like we're blowing this lead like quickly. It's like this has been the longest summer I think I've ever experienced. It's like every fucking night. It's like what, August 14th. It feels like it's September already.
Yeah. It's the longest season. It's the never.
Like the dog days of summer were June. It's been dog days all summer.
I remember the good old days of 06 where it was like the team, the time, the Mets. This is just 2025, the longest season.
It's literally the September of 2007, the whole fucking summer.
Frank tweeted out we have 42 games left, and like the existential dread of like I cannot believe I have to dedicate 42 more and possibly more.
I'll tell you what, man. There was a guy at the Mascots premiere, and he was like, "I'm not watching them anymore." He's like, he was one of Pat's friends. He was like, "I'm checking the score. I'm keeping up with it." I told myself I cannot watch them. I don't think that's a bad idea. I want to be like, I will watch. I will really like dedicate myself again once we go like 5-5 in a 10-game span. That's not asking a lot. It's not asking a lot.
Yeah, like just monitor the L10, the last 10 and the standings. When it gets to 5-5 or better, it comes back in with us. And I don't blame you. I don't know if you guys, the new iOS, you can get has live activities. So if you have like the Score app or whatever, I have the Apple Scores app, which is pretty sweet. Apple Sports. It puts the scoreboard right on your like the front of your phone and it updates. It's like, oh shit, this is incredible. And
I turned that shit off. Yeah. I don't
you turn it off?
No,
that's like
anymore.
Replace watching on TV with that. I think that might be the
no. You're not have any info at all.
I that's true. Like check when I'm in a space. You know what I mean? I want to think. Oh, I gotta like text somebody. Oh my God, we're down 9-5 again. I need to be prepared for that.
That's gonna cause car crashes.
Yeah.
Unsolicited Met scores is going to cause pileups.
That's like a murder cause, right? He died of unsolicited Met scores. I actually just came up with a new segment for the show. So you know what? We're going to bring that to you by Game Time. There's nothing like getting to a baseball game, especially last minute. Luckily for me, I always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to show time. Again, you have to deal with enough with your baseball team. It shouldn't be a pain in the butt getting tickets. So I'm like, you know what? Let's look for some Mets. So let's do some baseball tickets. Let's go to a Mets game. I don't think so. Let's go to a Yankees game. I definitely don't think so. Let's go to a Red Sox game. I feel like Red Sox fans are in a good place right now. They're winning some games. Roman Anthony is putting up some crazy numbers, and there's just a good vibe around that fan base based on what I see here and there. So I was looking at tickets to Marlins at Red Sox. The Marlins are kind of a young, fun team, which you say like every 3 years. And I saw an amazing Game Time deal for great seats. It was the outfield grandstand, row 15, $62 a pop. Get to Boston. You're on the water. Maybe you want to hit the Cape. Visit David in Nantucket. Probably not going to do that. But hey, good times in Boston. A beautiful area there. So you put those savings back in your pocket and spend them at the ballpark on a hot dog, a new hat, or some good old-fashioned Cracker Jacks. So what are you waiting for? I'm going to get my Red Sox tickets now with Game Time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account and use code BELIEVE for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account BELIEVE and redeem code BELIEVE for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game Time. All right, new segment. Airing of grievances. I want you guys each to choose a player and just unload on them.
Can I choose the whole rotation?
Yes, you can, Phil. Start us off.
Down.
This turn through rotation. Senga, the 4 1/3, whatever innings. Frankie Montas. Good luck in the bullpen. I hope he fucking
dies. Say it, dies.
No, yeah. No good luck. I'm not wishing.
No good luck. I hope you blow your shoulder out and go on the injury list for the next year and a half. I do not care. I never want to see you again.
Phil, let me ask you this: what do we need? What could happen that we can void that contract? Let's get Frankie Montas. Let's set him up for like a gambling scam. You know, let's let
Who
him.
says he hasn't already? I I mean, like, jeez. The guy's 3 innings. We were talking about his last appearance, like 3 innings, like 1 earned runs. They still 3 innings, 3 runs. I don't care about that. Sean Manaea hits the wall in the 4th inning every time. Clay Holmes, he hasn't gone. You're lucky if you get 5 out of him. And then, David Pearson last night. I'm not going to, like, bash him too much. But the starting rotation fucking sucks. Like, 50-something games where you can't even get another guy to go 6 innings. I don't even know who's second on that list because they won't show it.
I have an idea. This is a crazy idea. This is crazy. This might make it worse. I don't know. You have to pitch 5 innings.
I've been saying that for the longest time.
Legit,
5 innings or your arm falls off.
I don't care. Huh?
They're making it. They're trying to make it.
Let's be the fucking the test run. Let's be the guinea pigs. Like it's. I would rather somebody go out there and give up 14 runs in 5 innings and save our bullpen for like nights where we do score some runs and Peterson does pitch well or whatever. Like it's like we're put it this way. If you take our starter out in the 3rd and 4th inning again, we're gonna lose because the bullpen is so taxed. So you might as well try to save the bullpen and let one motherfucker die, Akil Morris style, just human sacrifice on the mound.
That's a throwback.
Well, I mean, they're getting bailed out, and then they're putting in these guys who are like, well, now you gotta wear it for him. That guy's making
him wear it.
$50 million more than me. Right, so now I have to go out and throw my arm out because you can't get through 4 innings.
You're ruining my career.
This Mets thing will be a case study for like future agents of like, if you're the owners, you're like, you guys aren't getting paid the premium anymore. Like starters are irrelevant. Just look at what the Mets just did.
Brother, we don't have an optional arm in the bullpen left. Like, we've burned through all of them. Hagenman, Austin Warren, who pitched those 4 innings, ended up on the injured list. Shocker, he hasn't pitched 4 innings in his fucking life. Rico Garcia is now on the Orioles after being good for us. We just keep Ryan Stanek around for no reason, even though every high-leverage situation since the start of the season. His ERA is over 5. He's still around. He's a DFA on Saturday.
I was so wrong on that one. I thought that guy had like good stuff and an attitude. I was like, this is what you need in a reliever. Just a fuck you. I'm going to shove. He is terrible, man.
Like, we traded for those 3 good relievers. Like, Gregory Soto's been money. Tyler Rogers has allowed 1 earned run in like 6 innings. Ryan Helsley is like 1 earned run. Obviously, he's been like fucked by a defense a bit. We can't use those guys when we have a lead because we don't get fucking leads late in the game.
Don't get leads.
Because the 4th inning, everyone in the chat is saying the 4th inning is our nightmare. And it's the 4th inning, you shouldn't even think of the 4th inning. It should just be like the first, not even the first. The first inning is the first inning. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th just blends together. Then the 5th is where you start using bullpens now. That's just our thing. It's fucking banana land. So, Phil, I didn't want so let's keep going though. We have to go through the whole rotation. Montes isn't even in the rotation anymore. Fuck Senga. I can't trust Senga. Senga is not trustworthy. I don't feel good about tonight.
5 innings since coming off the IL. We could also blame Pete Alonso's throw for just screwing him back in June. That's when it really started to turn.
Yeah, that is when it started to turn. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Manaea. I mean, I still have like the warm.
Fuck Mikey Betts and Chapel Roan for cursing the fucking season.
Oh no! If Mikey Betts gets Phil on his ass with
somebody in my Twitter said, somebody in my mention said, the only solution is for Frank to embrace Chapel Roan and become like a Chapel Roan fan.
I told Jenks, Chapel Roan's performing at like Forest Hills in September. Mikey Betts should pay his own money to go to all 4 of those fucking shows. He loves her so much.
Frank's gonna be on a watch list if she's performing that close to
to
where she is.
Bro, quick side note. I'll talk about Frank real quick because it's not Mets related, but the Love Island guys came to the office yesterday to hang out, and I was showing them around, and like they're like I have not seen the office buzz like that since like the Jersey Shore people came in the old office. Like this place shut down, and everyone was, and Frank was sitting in the gambling cave, and I was like, Frank, like the Love Island guys are here, and he was like, I don't know what that is. Like I don't watch. I'm like, yeah, no, they're the biggest like stars in America right now. He's like, he didn't even get up. He just looks over his shoulder and goes, hey. And like, meanwhile, everyone else was like, girls were fainting, people were making TikToks and taking pictures. He goes, yeah, I don't know what that is. How you doing?
That's our Frank. That's why we love him. Now, Jenks would have been like, Frank, if we could walk with these people, we can get some numbers.
Yeah, that might have done it. That's a good call.
That might have done it. Is there anyone? I mean, can I guess Hefner? I'm gonna do I direct all the Chavez hate at Hefner, even though the offense hasn't been great. at some point I have to blame, like, even when we thought it was smoke and mirrors, now it's just smoke. The mirrors, bring the mirrors back. Bring the mirrors back, and let's start getting, if we're going to go 5 innings, 2 earned, and I can live with that. It's 5 inning, 5 earned, and then the game's fucking over.
It's funny because Paul Blackburn went 5 innings, 2 earned last night. You're begging for that from a starter at this point.
Give me Paul Blackburn numbers.
I mean, I've been saying this like all season, maybe the last couple of years. Like, and never more. I was gonna say, like, I've never been more convinced that like paying for pitching is not the right idea. But then at the same time, it's like maybe if we paid, like, had some big high end guys, you wouldn't be stuck in this spot. But it's like
counterpoint. The Dodgers did exactly that, and they're only 4 games better than us because
dude, I was just gonna say that game when I just checked the standings to see if we're in the playoffs, I saw that we're right there with the Dodgers. Like, are LA fans like freaking out right now?
Yes, they are freaking out. They blew a 9-game lead to the Padres.
Yeah, all right. So then we are like kind of in Panic City together. But like, I don't know. I look at that and I'm like, I think the Dodgers will be all right.
Yeah, because they're the Dodgers.
I just
won the World Series.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying we're like, we're the Dodgers, but it's like, there's enough time. Like, this feels September 2007 to me.
Yes.
But it's August. You know what I mean? Like, if you can just somewhat right the ship with like a month to go, like, I'll give you 2 more weeks to figure your shit out. You probably have to start like right now, to be honest, but let's go maybe 2 more weeks and then you fucking have a good, the problem is our schedule is fucking nightmarish, but like there is enough time to, I'm not saying like win the division or something, but just stay in the playoff hunt. And then like you get in and who fucking knows? That's one of those things where like you're back into the playoffs and you somehow just get hot. There is enough time. Maybe that might be a worse thing. Maybe, we're just going to be out of it by 100 games by the end of the season. But
remember in 2016 when we were in a similar spot and they called up 2 pitchers, Seth Lugo and Robert Gazelman. Similar spot this time. Call up 2 pitchers, Nolan McLean and Brandon Sproat.
Yeah,
maybe that works.
Those guys, I mean, that's what you need too, is somebody who's like hasn't been around this fucking yuck.
They're not infected
for the last 5 months. They're like, I'm having the time of my life. I'm rising the ranks. I'm making my dream come true. I got my shot. Maybe that's, enough. Like,
and you're not asking them to be saviors at the same time you are, but it's like, just go 5 innings, 1 earned run. You're a savior.
The fact that that's your savior is pretty, like, the bar has never been lower. Like, ordinarily I'm thinking like, I don't want to call somebody up too early and like fuck with their development. Let's wait till they're ready. Because, it's a lot of pressure. There ain't no pressure.
These guys are 25 years old, too. It's like they're just like they're fucking babies.
Right. If you're Nolan McLean, you just decline the promotion. You're like, no, I'm good. I'm just going to finish off my season on a high note.
Trying to win a championship here in Syracuse, guys. Come on.
Do that? Can you get option to decline my promotion to the big? Oh, bro. I just saw someone in the chat. Mets. Oh, it's Mets 2128 saying that in order to right the ship, we need to talk to Mendoza about his gambling habit. The people who are blaming Carlos Mendoza can suck my fucking dick. Yeah, have there been some bad decisions, some things that have backfired? Yes. When your option is to put in this pitcher who's going to fail or this pitcher who's going to fail and then bring in the reliever who's going to fail, and you're going to juggle your lineup and like they might put up 0 with 1 hit or they might put up fucking 13 runs. You don't know. Like, I've been screaming it forever. It's not Chavez. It's not Hefner. It's not Mendoza. It's just these guys are not fucking playing. And when one facet of the game plays, the other doesn't. Like, finally, the offense is cooking. You got it. Like, we have to give them credit when people are complaining about runners in scoring position and not scoring runs. We're fucking scoring runs. It's not that. It's the pitching. And, for the next 2 weeks, the pitching will be good and the hitting will go quiet. Like, what is a manager supposed to do?
I have one question. And I was at a bachelor party, so I missed the end of the game. I was watching it on my phone, and I was like, "Oh, that just sucks the way it ended." Why didn't they pitch run Starling Marte?
Mendoza was like, he's a good runner.
We don't even let him play defense. He's so fucking broken. Runner. And Tyrone Taylor was on the bench, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I just want to make sure I had that right, because when you're not watching the game, like, I don't know, maybe he has like the shits or something, and Tyrone Taylor couldn't, or else he was going to shit all over himself. So that was like, that's on the manager. And if those things add up, you can start hating on the manager. But there's enough other things where we're blaming the coaches for their respective
We're blaming the
positions.
third base coach for Pete Alonso not scoring on a 3-2 hit to the outfield
where he's running
with 2 outs. Like,
yeah. Oh, I thought he was. That's the thing. This
In
is
the moment, I knew he
poison.
was going to be out. But
This
it's like
is
that's
poison my brain. I'm like, oh, that arm. I remember that arm the inning before. I'm like, he's going to be out, and boom, he's out.
Yeah,
you know,
there it is.
Nolan McLean. I'm at the point now where I'm like, I'm almost expecting him to fail because then it's going to be like, then that's the final straw. There's no safety net if Nolan can't perform.
No cavalry's coming. This
Yeah.
was the cavalry. Yeah.
Do we think Sproat does come up at some
Yes.
point? And we got because I feel like Holmes, like you said, if Holmes is going to give me 3 innings, do it in the bullpen. Don't do it as a starter.
I don't think. I mean, I would hope we should at least try him in the bullpen before just being like Frankie Montas and this guy and be like, you're out of here. Like, or who do we think? Paul Blackburn we're saying is cooked. Whoever it is, I think play Holmes.
That's the thing. When you're calling up McLean, you're going to have to option someone down. No one has options. You either
Right.
need to DFA someone, or maybe there's an injury somewhere we don't know about.
Brother, there's plenty to pick from in my mind at DFA.
Yeah, I
Not a
completely
problem
agree.
right now.
I'm just saying. It's like
Meanwhile-
someone's going to be gone for good.
Meanwhile, over in Milwaukee, the headline is a fan is trying to sue because he didn't get his free hamburger because they've won 12 in a row. So
Motherfucker.
just, fucking blow my head off right now.
The fact they have that giveaway. So yeah, it's a restaurant in Milwaukee. They can buy the whole state of Wisconsin hamburgers if they win 12 in a row, which the Brewers have done 3 times in like the last 30
I was going to
years.
say they're getting fucked on that.
What the fuck is going on here?
They are living the 2022 Mets Braves because the Cubs have the 3rd best record in the National League since mid-May, and they've lost like 14 games in the standings in that time. It's like you can't live like but like Big Cat said the other day, it's like the Brewers never lose.
Never
Yeah,
lose.
he's big tank.
Stearns has got to be looking over there like, fuck. That's my work. It's my team. I could have been there.
But Council sitting in Chicago, it's like, fuck, they keep winning without me.
Yeah. Oh God. So McLean is Saturday.
Wait, hang on real quick. I don't know if this is true. Armand in the chat says the Brewers center fielder threw that ball, Perkins. His average throw this season is 89 miles an hour, and on that throw to throw out Marte, it was 96.
I think it was. I mean, it was a perfect throw.
I mean, that's like when it rains, it pours, man. That is fucking like those are things where it's like, what am I supposed to do? He threw the ball 96 miles an hour on a dime. Like, you need a couple breaks to get this thing right. Like to make some Mets-esque mistakes or have some, it's not just gonna happen by playing. Like
my grievance for the team, I can't even single out one person, although I will say stop fucking putting Reed Garrett in with inherited runners. I don't know how many times I have to say it.
Not working.
That he cannot pitch if the inning's not clean. I don't know how many times I have to say it. But this team feels like it has no accountability when it comes to, I don't want to hear about you guys having like the players only whatever meeting. You know what I would like to have? The rotation, have somebody pick up the baton and be like, I'm going to be the guy who breaks this cycle and like just fucking leave me in the game.
You need a Andy Pettit.
Last year, you had everybody wearing the eye black of the guy who's on the mound. Everybody's trying to one-up each other of like, he just threw 6 innings, so I'm going to try to throw 7 innings. This team, it's the 4th inning, and they're peeking in the dugout like, are you going to come get me or what, Liz? This shit isn't going the way any of us thought it was going to go. And it's that way every single night to the point where it kind of feels like the dark days of DeGrom and everybody else. Like David Peterson's like, yep, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to throw 6 innings. Maybe they're going to score me some runs. Maybe they won't. Either way, I'm going to go back and have my ERA lowered than what it was before. Yeah. And then the rest of these guys can come in for mop-up duty, and maybe we win. Maybe we don't. Doesn't matter. Everybody else out there is barely treading water, and nobody is like, I need to do what he's doing. Mm-hmm. And that's the part that drives me nuts. Because you go into the game feeling like you're already down 3 runs. Because you know you're not going to score early, and you know your pitcher's not going to make it to the 5th inning. So what are we doing?
Did you see the stat they showed that their 4th inning ERA the last 53 games? Before last night, it was like 6. So imagine after 9 runs in the 4th inning last night, it's probably like 14.
That's the problem, though, is like I know I genuinely, legitimately feel this way, and not just like ghosts of Mets past, where I'm like, oh, we're gonna lose. Like when we're up 6-0 the night before, we're up 5-0. I was like, we're like you said, we're not even in the woods yet, Clem. Like I wasn't just being like a Mets like the sky is falling fan. I was genuinely like, we have like 7 innings to go, 6 innings to go, whatever. We're gonna at least like blow this lead, or like it's gonna get close, if not blow the lead entirely. This next night, same thing. Like as much as I was like, we're back. As soon as I think I checked, the score was like 5-3. But you should be like, okay, whatever. They scored some runs, we're good. And I was legit like, there's too much time. We are going to blow this lead. And I think logically, if we all genuinely feel that way, I'd imagine the guys on the mound feel that way too, being like, I'm up 6-0. I should be able to go up there and just groove fastballs and let my defense do the work. And like, I can't. Like, the way this is going, I'm going to blow this lead. So you're pitching with like no confidence and no safety net. And like you said, there's no juju, Kyle. It's just like, I don't know how you fix that, because that's like a confidence issue of like, we're fucked,
152 and a third innings, 13 wins, 5 losses, 188 strikeouts, 2.48 ERA, 1.1 whip. I'm just looking at the Garrett Crochet. Whenever I feel like we need an ace, I'm like, there was an ace this winter. Phil, what would we have had to trade for Garrett Crochet?
It would have been like Joe Williams and like Brandon Sproat.
A lot.
Maybe.
And that's like, you look at like
he's injury prone too. He was injured.
Yeah.
Every pitcher is.
Worried about it.
That's the thing. Everyone is. People like, you need aces, and it's like, well, what about Patrick Corbin? What about whoever you put, Garrett Cole? You throw big fucking bucks. Imagine if you don't just have a bad starting rotation, you have a hurt starting rotation that costs you $200 million. We would be like infinitely worse off right now.
All right. So, okay, my second spin zone of the day. We didn't get to interview Nolan McLean, but he is apparently now our savior. And if he doesn't, remember, we're like Jonah, just so you know, we need you to come in and win a World Series. Nolan, you have to do that right now. Like, you're up here. Jonah just got moved up to AAA, which, by the way, that does get me warm and bubbly inside. Like, over the winter, I'll be like, man, Tong is going to come up at some point this year. If Sproat isn't already up, he'll come up some point this year. McLean, we're not doing the reclamation projects anymore. We're not doing Severino or Montas and not know if it's going to work or not. We're not. However, there's a chance that we start winning games just because, we're probably not as bad as we are when we're in these losing streaks, but we're not as good as we are when we're in the winning streaks. We're probably in the middle. And if Nolan McLean can start winning, and I'm like, what's the little funky thing that could go? And our boy Joe DeMayo, that motherfucker who's been hoarding prospects down in the minors and not letting them come into the big leagues, he wants to nickname this guy Cowboy Otani because he's a two-way player. Cowboy Otani kind of fucking works.
That's fucking sick. we got the Canadian Cannon and Cowboy Otani going, but no joke.
And the Sproat goat. I mean, they have 3 nicknames.
That's part of me. I hate to say it because there was so much expectations going into this year, and then certainly a ton when we were the best team in baseball for a couple months. But it's very clear this is a long-term plan. And I think Stearns is probably like my long-term plan in his head, at least on paper or whatever. You never know. But his plan is working. He's got all these names coming. They're all performing, at least in the minors. He's probably thinking if we win this year, great. If we don't, the real plan is 25 and 26 and 27, if there's even fucking baseball. But I'm sure they're not happy, but I'm sure they've had this discussion of with all these guys in the minors that I picked out, we're not really planning for 24. He theoretically still just got here. It is a long-term plan. So people who are blaming Stearns, Cohen's probably Stearns is doing exactly what I want him to do. This is just an unfortunate side effect of a long-term plan.
I'll be interested to see if other teams are loading up for the 26th season, being if we don't win this year, all our guys are going to be 2 years older by the time baseball starts.
How many of these guys do you think will be ready next year? Could be ready next year.
Tongs will definitely be ready.
Start of the season?
Maybe not start of the season. Well, he's in AAA now, so probably at some point mid-season.
A few innings, and then start spring training, a few innings, you go up because if all of a sudden next year's starting rotation has Tong and McLean and you sign somebody, it's you could have an entirely different rotation just next year. So hold on for dear life, try to make some magic happen, but that's not really our plan.
Christian Scott will be back. He's the guy that gets lost in the shuffle all the time.
All these guys Blackburn, you're gone. Montas, you're gone. Holmes, you're going to the pen. You keep Senga and Peterson and surround them with 4, 5, 6 kids to have a full rotation of in and out and injuries and stuff. And hopefully a big free agent, or at least a good free agent.
Maybe Jet. We're gonna have to address center field at some point. Tyrone.
Well, that's Benj.
That's true. Benj
will probably have a chance to win that job next year. He's already in AAA now.
So there's hope. There's hope coming. It's just we always say what we wish players could say in the locker room, or what they could say if they were being honest. I wish Stearns is guys, listen, this is a long-term plan. We should be good now. We should be competitive, right? We're in the fucking playoffs if it ended today. Just don't watch. Just don't watch at night. Just
Right.
look for the results in the morning.
Yeah,
don't come to the games, but like just follow from abroad. And hey, if we're good, we're good. But like we could be great in the future. Now you can't say that. Steve's telling us this is the thing. Steve tells us to go to the games. We go to the games. Now we're mad because we're going and we're like going to prison, basically.
Right.
Could you imagine being at that game last night? Oh my God.
He should like open his wallet and do like crazy promotions. Fucking free beer for the whole stadium tonight. Like whatever, man.
Equity in the Mets. You get like a piece of the pie of the Mets just for showing up with your
And
team.
by the way, we are still a playoff team.
It's
crazy.
I do like obviously, you know, when you go from like the top of the league to 12 back, clearly there's a fucking problem. But I keep thinking, I'm like, if we played well enough to have a big enough cushion to not go 9-25 and you're still in the playoffs, like all you got to do is kind of right the ship, just like play above 500 ball. I'm not asking for like lights out, but win more than you lose on for the rest of the season here, and like you'll probably be in.
It's not even outside the realm of possibility that they get hot and go on a run into the right into the postseason, and then they start just bashing people. They waited all season to hit, and then we look back and go, "This is why you can't console anymore because baseball's stupid." And like as long as you get into the playoffs, none of it actually matters. And that's why you still tune in and watch, which is like it's such a sickness.
How many times in all sports have you been like, "Oh, these guys backed into the playoffs. They stink. They're not doing anything, and they're a juggernaut." Like that happens. It's usually more often than not. So,
especially in baseball.
2006 Cardinals. To this day, I remember being like, "Thank God they beat the Astros in the NLDS." And I mean, we said it in the group chat. It's like Diamondbacks, Rangers, the blueprint is there. At this point, like it's not good. Like last year is like I'm relying on the Mets magic to get us in. I'd rather either be hoping for that or like where the Dodgers were a fucking wagon, we should win. But hey, we catch lightning in a bottle. That's the fucking strategy too. I'll take whatever. At the end of the day, if you tell me after game 162 we're in the playoffs, I'll be happy. Once I do not want to have another game. I feel like it's gonna be another 163. We're gonna be in that goddamn gambling cave with our fucking nuts in our throat.
It can't. Remember, there's no game 163 because of the tiebreaker.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, thank God, because I couldn't handle that.
We play the Marlins the last day of the season.
It's over. Game season's over.
I'm actually I'm released. Like my watch has now ended. Literally, my watch. I will not watch anymore. We're playing the Marlins game 162. Over.
I was gonna say we could do like a Mets and Giants preview, but those seasons are over before they start too. Like, do we do fantasy football preview? Like, I don't know what we do at some point if we hit like.
I'll tell you what we do. We have a 4-man live suicide. We all like you hang yourself. We'll be like the Mr. Met meme. I'll put my head in the oven. You hang yourself.
This is the stuff. This is the meme they impersonating, guys. This guy I saw Mike. Clement took me over 2 hours to get home from the game. Didn't get home until 2:30 in the morning. Honestly, after a game like last night, they should put up like extra barricades on all the bridges to get out of Queens because everyone just driving off.
It's like this is a weird detour. I don't usually go this way.
You can only let people take tunnels home from the game because everyone's just gonna drive off the bridge in unison. Oh man, that's tough. All right, so we're gonna kind of try to bring the vibes up a little. All right, this is the deal. We're going to bring the vibes up. I got 2 things to talk about still. And then I'm going to end it with I promised Mets 21-28 he could come on the pod last week. Am I rambling because my son was so loud? If you guys want to dip off, you can. I'll take it on the chest. It'll be like
It'll be like when Tico, Texas just did the rundown with Dave and me and Dan left.
Yeah.
That's how you, brother.
Before
we do that real quick, I just want to say, even despite all the struggles, the people who are doubting Juan Soto don't deserve to root for him for the next 14 years. I know it's been bad. I'll even give him some bail on like his runners in scoring position. He's back like $120 or something. His on base percentage with runners in scoring position, I bet, is almost 400. Like I don't think he sees anything to hit when runners are on base because why would you? And I bet you he gets on base close to a 400 clip with runners in scoring position, which is like what I don't know. You want him to just start swinging at slop and make that runner hitting batting average even worse. Like it's not good. It's not ideal. He's still on the verge of 30 home runs. Might put up 40 by the end of the year. If this is like as bad as Juan Soto gets, a potential 30-30, 40-30 season, I'll take it. And when he really like settles in and the team plays well in the coming years, and you're all over his dick, like I'm gonna remember the Soto haters today, right now.
So some breaking news: there's a starting pitcher that just hit the market. Carlos Carrasco got DFA'd after last night.
God!
Hey, I'm not even joking.
Retire.
No, I'll try anything.
Oh my
Anything.
God. Oh my
But you tried Marcus Stroman? He's out there too.
Kev, you didn't watch the game last night.
I
Let me
won't
tell
try
you.
anything. I will not try Marcus Stroman. I would pick me before I put Marcus Stroman out there. But like, I don't know. I would. How much worse can it get?
We saw how much worse he could get. He got 6 runs into
Kev didn't watch the game, dude. He was cooked. I mean,
you're right. I didn't, but like, how many innings did he pitch?
2 innings.
2.
Runs.
Give him 6.
Hey, if it's 3 or more, I'll take it. It's 2.
When you said, I'll be honest, I thought you were going to say, this is the truth. I am truly happy for him because I did not want to see him go out for another start. He was so sad on that mound last night and in the dugout afterwards. That was tough. And looking back now, this actually hurts, Phil. I can't believe we lost the Carlos Carrasco game. We lost the game. We killed him.
To retire.
That is fucking. I'm so mad at this team right now.
Mike already just said, bring back Noah Syndergaard. I'll fucking try it.
He got released by the White Sox. He's good to go for the alumni.
I'll try it, bro. We're worse than the White Sox. It might be like, come on.
Would you say Noah Syndergaard's biggest legacy with the Mets is being named Thor, the 60-foot 6 inches line in the World Series, or that he named Pete the polar bear? Because everyone forgets he came up with the names. I honestly think it's the name. I think the Pete polar bear Pete is Noah Syndergaard's lasting legacy as a New York Met.
I would say it's sticking his fingers down Alex Cooper's throat at the hockey game.
That's fair.
Generally, like I remember, if I'm being super truthful, it's probably 60 feet 6 inches. But like the general public would be like, "Oh, that's the guy who stuck his fingers down Alex Cooper's throat at the hockey game." That blog did numbers either, by the way. Not the worst.
That's not bad. He could say he put her on the map in a crazy weird way, and then next thing you know, right?
That might, out of all things, that might be the biggest blow to his ego. Like I flamed out, I didn't make it in the league, and my one-time girl like ditched me and made more money than I ever did.
Man. All right, so we're going to talk about Polar Pete, and that is going to be brought to you by DraftKings. The dog days of summer. Oh, dog days of summer. That's one word to describe what we are in right now. Means it's time for the boys of summer to kick it into gear, and the best way to cash in on your baseball IQ is with DraftKings Sportsbook. Just avoid the Mets, baby, and get to enjoy baseball when you're not watching the Mets. As the stretch drive begins, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with live betting, home run props, odd boosts, and more. Whether you're chasing dingers or jumping in the game, there's always action to be had. Never bet on baseball before? It's simple. Pick a guy to go yard, hammer some live odds mid-game, or just ride your squad and hope for the best. No spreadsheets, and put this motto on a shirt: just vibes and dingers. Here's something special for first timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BELIEVE. That's code BELIEVE for new customers. Get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Bet on some baseball, and then hey, you sprinkle whatever you have left over. You move into football season since we're approaching there. All right. This little segment might have led the pod if we hadn't had last night's game. Congratulations, Pete Alonso. You're the all-time Mets leader in home runs. You could have left in free agency. The Brewers home run changed all that. Next thing you know, here you are. Great night, actual win in a fucking desert of misery. So any thoughts on Pete Alonso's home run, boys?
I just want to speak to the people who are like kind of clowning the Mets, because obviously a franchise home run leader with 253 home runs is not exactly glamorous. I was looking at the full league list, and like the only people at the bottom with us are all expansion teams that were not around for fucking 60 plus years. But that's why I'm excited about it, is like we didn't have our slugger was a guy whose career got fucking cut short by drugs and ended up doing his best work with the Yankees. And I think if we sign him, we should sign him, by the way. I think he's going to hit like 400, 450 in a best case scenario, pushing 500 home runs. It'll be nice to like actually have a real home run slugger record. And I hope that something like this like does get him the contract he deserves within reason. I don't want like Stearns to go break the bank, because I still think it's a dicey proposition of someone that age. But he's just a fat slugger who's durable, hits bombs, and like we've really never had that even like the Beltrons of the world were not like true sluggers. Piazza was great, but like this is the guy you need. This will help us not be that franchise that only has 250 home runs as our home run leader. And that's why, like, as a Met fan, I am excited because, like, yeah, that number's low and it kind of sucks, but a real Met is doing it. Like, he should be in orange and blue for the whole career. And like, I don't know. I really like Pete Alonso really won me over like fully finally this year. Like, he was always kind of like, oh, he's a little bit dorky and cringe and like, oh, he's playing bad. We should probably let him go. And like, he stuck around. Both teams kind of met in the middle. Like, he was willing to stick around. The Mets extended the offer enough, and he's like completely lived up to it and rewarded us for like the loyalty. And I think that should be extended the other way. It's a great moment for like, you know, if for the people like us who have watched all our lives with like really no true big home run threat, it's nice to finally have one.
Kyle?
Yeah, it's nice that he gets to like finish that story. If he decides to move on, like there's nothing we can do about it. He's obviously going to opt out. He would have been at this record so much sooner if they didn't have that shortened season, really. Yeah. And like for all the people that are saying like, yeah, his body type isn't like ideal. Like Giancarlo Stanton's made out of marble and he's constantly hurt. This dude gets into car accidents where he's flipping his truck.
Yeah,
and he's climbing out. He's like unbreakable. It's insane.
Yeah,
like him and Lindor, I think, have like the most games played since like
he plays like 150 games a year. It's
like, he's as reliable as you get, and he's always available. So what more could you ask for? It's nice, and as cheesy as it is, like this stuff does matter to him probably more than the home run derby. He's like donating the $1 million when he's not even making $1 million as a rookie. Like he just wants the accolades and he wants to be known as Met. And like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The fans love it. And if they decide to pay him, I'm all for it, especially where it's like, imagine where we'd be this year without him. We would be in the dumps. Vientos playing first base. Like that's not a realistic thing. If anything, like he should be giving Vientos some of his bonus money when he gets signed because he's the reason why they're probably going to bring him back, and they should.
I'm a little worried about like what he's going to try to get and command because I still don't think it's a good idea to be like, here's a 6-year deal with like for like 30, 40, 50 million, whatever. I don't know. That's going to be a tough spot for Stearns, but like
he is a team first guy though, and like he's money and he's a goober and like. He wants to get out there and make the LFGMs of the world like popular and whatnot. And honestly, he should enjoy the record as long as he can because Soto's going to break it soon.
That's true.
So it's like it's one of those things where it's like it's nice that it's a homegrown guy who has it.
Also, by the way, Frazier, Todd Frazier gave him the name Polar Bear. So Noah, you don't even get that on your fucking obituary.
New Jersey.
Phil, how do you feel?
Blocked on Twitter regardless. Noah and Todd Frazier, so same person. Pete Alonso's home run, cool moment. I also always remember Clay Holmes blowing the lead the inning after, sucking the air out the building.
Phil's heart is pure black right now, and this fucking team did it to our beloved Philip.
I mean, we have 2 wins in the last 3 weeks, and they're both blowout wins. One of them was Barstool at the ballpark, which was a good time. But...
Shout out to scheduling gods because we were supposed to be going on Saturday, which would have been cool for Sprout, but like, man, I mean, the beer would have gone even quicker. I think.
Yeah, for real. But that was so emblematic of life as a Mets fan. Where same thing I always say: when things go good, they go bad. Like 2007, we've got like our best lineup ever. We have the collapse, and 2022, we're like the best we've ever been, and the Braves just fuck us. And 2015, you make it to the World Series. You're supposed to win, and we lose in heartbreaking fashion. It's almost like I wish we didn't even go. 2000, the Subway Series, we made it to the World Series. Oh, we're gonna lose to the fucking Yankees. That was on the verge of being another one of those. Like we broke the record. What a moment! He's the curtain calls and the whole thing, and then we fucking lose this game. Like thank God we came back, but it had to be under duress. Like even as we came back, I was like, I stumbled over out of the woods. I couldn't even enjoy it.
Terrible. So shout out Pete. That's awesome. Phil, looking ahead here, Seattle Mariners.
They never lose either. They lost last night, but they're on a tear.
I saw the pitching matchups I was going to say like we are just getting fucked, but I think they have enough good pitchers where we were almost fucked anyway. Castillo, Minaya, Wu, McClain, Kirby, Holmes, and I have Castillo and Wu in fantasy, and Wu is fucking
Just a note on Brian Wu, he's gone 6 innings in 23 straight starts.
And we have how many?
I don't know. It's definitely not 23. And well, Kyle, you're the 6th inning counter. How many do we
We
have on
have
the season?
33 on the season.
He has 23
He's
himself.
23 by himself. Trade for Brian Wu, even though the Mariners are not going to trade him to you. Like we just need Brian Wu. That's all we need.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty interesting matchup. I don't know. I saw that, and I think everyone thought this was a chance it could happen. What's his name? Suarez has got ice cold since they got
He got
him.
hit in the hand like a day or two
Ooh, that's
before
right.
the trade
Yeah.
deadline. So that
They have the dumper, big dumpers in town. So count on, if you want to go in the outfield, count on catching a couple home runs in the 4th inning.
They're
that he
8-2
hits.
in their last 10. The fucking Mariners, like, God damn it.
And he's got 45 home runs.
You know what? I was just about to say we can't catch a break, but the Atlanta Braves just came to town. They fucking stink. And
Julio, 23 home runs, 258 average, 765 OPS. Rosaran has been pretty good. JP Crawford, Jorge Polanco.
not that that's a terrible year by any means, but I thought Julio was going to just like go. I thought he
Me
was gonna
too.
be one of those guys. And
he's been a second half player the last 2 years, and shock we play him the second half 2 years in a row. But
Josh Naylor, they got 2. I think Naylor's been all right since he got there, right?
he's stealing bases at like a 30%. Like he's on like a 40 stolen base clips and entering like that team. Like Josh Naylor steals bases. It's like 15 in like what 12 games or something.
So
I have an idea. Go sign Tommy Pham.
all right.
Go sign Tommy Pham. He doesn't have to touch the field. He doesn't have to put on a uniform. Just get in that locker room and be like, "You fucking pussies. You're making $700 million. You're one of the best shorts of all. Let's just call everybody out like the same shit." This is one of the most. You know, it's so funny when Tommy Pham said that, and everyone was like, when he said that they were like the worst clubhouse ever. Everyone was freaking out, and then like 24 happens, and nobody cares. So obviously, at the end of the day, all these things are just: are you winning or losing? But there is part of me. I said this before that like I don't know if there's anybody with fire right now to like, you know, put the fear of God in some guys. Maybe Tommy Pham needs to come in and punch some motherfuckers.
So like instead of
I got an idea. Let Tommy Pham punch everyone in the starting rotation. If you come out in 4 innings, Tommy Pham meets you at the steps of the dugout, and he just fucking punches you on live television so everyone gets to see.
Or how about like that giant like flip flop they have in the dugout? Maybe just use that to smack the starting pitcher when they leave the game.
So I was thinking we need to have someone do the David Wright with the Noah Syndergaard lunch right, and they just need to snap the sandal over their leg.
Yeah.
But it is like I feel like that the Latin side of the clubhouse really likes that sandal.
Yeah.
Right?
Got to keep the Latin.
Tommy Pham, he knows all religions. He knows all races.
Yeah.
He's like Stu Finer's boy. I forgot his name.
Well, Daniel Chan just said in the chat they missed Jesse Winker, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, I wish we had Winker back for some fire. And then I was like, you know who's some real fire? Maybe Jesse Winker and Tommy Pham can be like a WWF tag team. Come in like a wrestling onesie, like again, you don't even need to play the fucking game. Just be the guys who screams at these fucking guys who are just like going through the motions.
They could be like the Acolyte Protection Agency, right? I
Yeah.
gotta think of Bradshaw and Farouk.
Carry the briefcases, fucking.
And like instead of like when Tommy Pham comes to the clubhouse, instead of his jersey in his locker, it's like a leather jacket, jeans, and like those leather like fingerless gloves. To, like
Yeah, we need like Wild Thing. Maybe he can take the field. That's what he wears though. He has a fucking leather vest on when he trots out there.
Is there anyone in the starting rotation that would even win a fight against Tommy Pham?
Is there anyone in the starting rotation that would win anything?
Yeah, that's a fair
Win
point.
a game
Devin.
of like go fish?
They
win a game of
literally
Uno?
cannot win games because they do not go the distance that you would have to go to
You
win
couldn't
a game.
even win a game, even if you pitched good.
Oh my god! Would you guys go 5 for 150 for Pete George? Just asked in the chat. I think that's an
Not
interesting
my
number.
money. I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's like manageable. Like by the time you're at the end of a 5-year deal, 2030, 30
One of those years
million
going to be taken away with the lockout anyway.
Well,
He's
that's
turning
true.
31 in December, so next year is his age 31.
But like, okay, so you're paying a guy into his mid-late 30s, $30 million a year. By the time that's happening, $30 million a year is gonna be nothing. Legitimately, that's one of those things. Like 30 is the new 20, basically. Like, see you later. Doesn't matter.
And
I
like
don't
he's
know,
gonna
like, yeah,
move
like
to
40
the
million
DH
this
role.
year.
Yes, go to
You
the
have a
DH.
DH. It's like he's kind of like Adam Dunn. Like he'll still hit 25, 30 home runs. Even
No
if he strikes
doubt.
out a ton.
And like I'm just not willing to watch Pete Alonso in like a Mariners uniform hit another 200 home runs.
Yeah.
I just not they shouldn't be willing to do that either. It's like one of those things. I don't necessarily believe in like paying for the past or paying for like off the field reasons, but like he's one guy as the Mets need to like they're still rehabilitating their image. And like, this is one of those moves where it's like, you lock that guy up, make him a Met for life for all the reasons. So he comes back at like the ceremonies and he's maybe in the broadcast or whatever. You like need those guys. You need more Gary, Ron and Keith who are like in the franchise, you know, and he's going to be like that. This generation's that. I'm not saying he's going to be a great broadcaster. I'm just saying he's one of those guys that the fans will love forever. Just fucking do it.
It's like they're trying to make Murph that guy, and it's like this guy left and like shoved it up our ass for a
I
don't want.
And even like
it drove us crazy.
And when he played for us, it wasn't great. And even like the NLCS within the World Series errors and the chapstick. I'm like, I don't feel that way about you.
The best thing about Murph is he was so bad with the defense sometimes that you forgot he was like the worst baser I think I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God. Remember that? Holy shit. For a guy who you would think would be like super cerebral and like not, you know, make those mistakes, he was a nightmare.
It was an absolute nightmare. So I think in the end, like they always say, Boris always goes for the most money. I think Pete is going to also be like, hey, this means like I think money-wise, he's going to want as much as he can get. But if it's like he also will see there's more money to be made by staying with the Mets.
Yeah.
Long term, that's outside of just 5 years, whatever, in the contract, that I think he'll want to stay. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm not going to I don't know if I can lose sleep about it. At this point, like you said, Kyle, he played like it's so weird. It's like, fuck, who is our backup first baseman? Like, if Pete goes down, right? If he gets hurt and he doesn't come up, you know?
He doesn't go down. He doesn't get hurt. It's just fucking, he's
crazy.
the one.
Who do we have? We have Vientos, right? Vientos was playing first for those couple of days when he was a little nicked up a couple weeks ago.
Is the Japanese guy? Where does the Japanese guy play? That's third.
You could play third and first.
He could play first too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably end up on the Dodgers somehow.
I can see them being like, we got other options, and maybe that brings it down a little bit. And Pete's just like, that's fine.
If there's a Japanese guy on the market, assume he's going to the Dodgers. That's just the way it works. Take league minimum and just.
How did that happen? Like,
friends.
I guess the Yankees used to just open the checkbooks the most, but like it used to be the Yankees were getting those guys, or the Red Sox. Like, how it just became like automatically the Dodgers.
So Otani just went.
Oh, by the way, I can't like prove it totally yet. But Shohei Otani is a supervillain. I know it.
Yeah.
Gus Fring. He's Gus Fring.
What?
He's baseball Gus Fring.
Yeah. Yes, like I know it in my bones. We just gotta fucking prove it somehow. And they kind of already are, by the way. If that guy, I really think like the language barrier or something is the difference maker. Because if you have one allegation and they kind of explained it with the interpreter and like I never really bought that, but they had proof, whatever. Then there's this real estate thing. It just is like, I don't know. That when there's smoke, there's fire. That guy is a fucking. Imagine if he was just like a Asian gangster supervillain. Like he might be way worse than we even think.
Emmanuel Clase has been erased from baseball after his thing. Like I think the day it came out.
You don't think MLB is like just let's throw those papers in the garbage? Like we're not gonna ruin the gold.
Could you imagine if a team trade for him, gave up like top prospects, and immediately found out this guy just banned for baseball?
Oh my god.
That Montas is so bad that we could just come up with a very flimsy this guy was gambling and they might just suspend him immediately.
I'm surprised Cohen doesn't have fixers on his payroll to be like, all right, you need to go get Montas. You got to get this guy erased somehow.
They're probably fixers, just not on the Mets side of things. He needs to bring them into the Mets world.
There's a reason why no charges have ever stuck to Uncle Stevie. Now that we need a reason why the Mets never really have any albatross contracts. They always just disappear. That's what we need.
Oh, I also got it. This stat was crazy. Gary Cohen said in the broadcast last night, this is the first time in franchise history the Mets have blown 4+ run leads in 3 straight games. For how bad this franchise was, especially in the bullpen, that is a crazy.
How often do they get 4-run leads?
That's fair too.
Yeah, I guess that's a little bit of statistics can lie, but. For the worst 3-game stretch to happen in the Cohen era, I would have bet the rent that wouldn't have happened. I would have bet that's any other era of Mets baseball. And I by the way, I would have thought that happened, I don't know, 35 times by now.
I didn't think Cohen buying the team was going to make everything great. I just thought the darkness was gone.
Yeah,
and we're in the darkness right now.
And that's I do think there's probably part of Steve Cohen at home going I can fix in general, I can fix this, but I can't fix everything. There is just a black cloud over this franchise that if I put together that roster and they were doing this, I'd be like, listen, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
There's nothing anybody can do here.
There's something terminal in the body of the franchise.
Yes. Right. Yeah. It's like a doctor being your stage 4, man. I don't know.
Anything else to cover, or I'm gonna unleash
No.
Mets 21-28 on the world.
Oh my
So
god.
this is trigger warning. Anyone with headphones, I know sometimes it comes across very loud.
Let's go. Mets 21. What is Mets 21-28's real name? Let's take a guess, and we'll ask him.
I'm hoping that's it. I'm hoping he's renamed himself, redubbed himself.
I think his name's
21-28.
going to be. Hopefully, it's Phil. What if he was just Phil? Also Phil.
And what's the opposite of the word meek? What's the antonym for meek?
He's like powerful Phil.
Powerful Phil. Impatient, assertive Phil. Assertive Phil. All right, we're unleashing him.
Let's go.
Oh, he's gone, and he's the black.
He's on the
screen.
dark side.
How we doing, Mets 21-28? Welcome to the show, pal. Long time no speak.
Yeah, very long time. It's been since last year since I've been on here. But that being said, Mendoza's stupid little habit of his incapability of learning from his mistake is driving me up a wall. How much longer do I have to call him out and play this team's watchdog on his insistent need to gamble away games out of his own idiocy?
What do you want him to do, though, dude?
I don't know, maybe go to counseling?
Okay.
Well, he put through obedience school since he's a dog who doesn't want to take discipline well.
Dude, there's nothing you can do when nobody is executing.
But someone needs to be held accountable on the highest levels. And in my opinion, it's him. It's been going downhill since June 13th when he put Blackburn over Brazabon, which made no effing sense.
Oh, no. That's receipts, Kev. He does have receipts for you. Yeah, that's good.
He's locked and loaded. Mets 21-28. What's your real name? What's your first name?
It's sad.
Seth. That fits. That's a good. All right, Seth.
Shout out Seth Lugo. That's our guy. So Mendoza has been on your top of your list more so than Chavez was the flavor of the month for a while. Is he higher than Chavez right now? It sounds like it.
Yes, I mean, sure. I got on Buck's case in 23, but in hindsight, because of the litany of injuries he had to gamble purely out of necessity and nothing else.
It's the same thing. You have to gamble when the guys suck.
But at least there was a reason behind Buck doing it. Carlos has few to no reasons behind it.
What do you mean? His reasoning is like, if I take this guy out and put this guy in, he's gonna fucking suck. Today our lineup's got one goddamn hit. What can you do? What are you holding in your hand?
Foot scraper.
Bro, you're gonna give me a billion guesses. I wasn't gonna say foot scraper.
I might like foot scrape my face during these games. And like it's the same thing. That's basically what watching the Mets is like these days anyway. You were going at Buck in 22 and we were winning like every game and we were hitting people. But did you go at him in 22 at all too? I feel like you did.
A couple of times, but not often.
Now looking back now, 22 was a pretty sweet year though, huh? Other than the Braves just refusing to lose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mets 21-28. What do you? I see all these fucking idiots waxing poetic. We need a guy like Terry Collins back, and they play the jackpot clip, and everyone thinks he was some fucking grand manager when he might have been like the worst goddamn manager I've ever
Oh
seen.
God.
What do you
He
want?
was one of the worst, but he at least got us to a couple of playoff appearances. He even said, regardless of how the Mets did in 17, whether they made it to the playoffs or not, he was done. And I respect him for that.
He stunk.
People like Terry too because he wasn't a shield for any of the players. And that's the one thing I feel like that's like the slide that people have in Mendoza where he's like, oh, like they're making their adjustments and stuff. He's not.
That's what a manager's supposed to be.
What do you want him to say? Right.
But a manager should also hold himself accountable for his own screw-ups.
Yeah, I mean,
he's had some questionable decisions, but at the end of the day, he's not losing us 10 games.
no.
In any given season, they're going to win you 2 and lose you 2. That's pretty much all they're going to account for.
Right.
Yeah, but doing it constantly, which has led to losses in what? 32 of the last 53 or something like that?
Jesus.
Listen, we'll just agree to disagree. If you put that on a baseball manager who just sits his ass on a bench for 90% of the game, okay, fine. But I think it's that when the offense is playing poorly, the pitching is good. When the pitching is bad, the offense is playing good. The bullpen, it's whack-a-mole. They can't get on the same page. But whatever, keep going.
And don't get me started on that game in Pittsburgh where he put Blackburn back in after an hour and a half rain delay. No one should do that. You're supposed to go to the pen after a rain delay of an hour plus.
That is fair. So, like, all right, you got a gripe there. I can't put. No, were you complaining in the beginning of the season?
No,
Everyone was saying, "Oh my God, we got a real manager finally."
No, I was more on the side of being sus about him. I mean, sure, starting 3-3, a step up when compared to 1-5 in the first 6, and then things started going good. But then comes the series in Washington that we split when we should have swept. Twice. He goes to Stanek, who has been atrocious when the team is either up or down one. And he blows it.
Phil's gone.
I won't blame you. The Stanek stuff drove me crazy. When Stanek became our backup closer, I was losing my mind about that. So you will have no gripes from me on that. I'm with you on that one. I don't know what to make of Mendoza. 22 was awesome. 23 was so bad it wiped out every single good feeling of 22. Then 24 was so magical, and it was doubly so because 23 was so bad. And now this season is like slowly like picking apart all the magic of 24, which was, I don't know, one of the best 3 seasons of our lifetime as Mets fans. I think at the time we said maybe number 1 in terms of like excitement, right? So I don't know, man. This
and
is
then
tough.
there was the whole, I understood why they weren't going to pay him. You could have at least kept Condolita. He was at least a spark plug in the dugout.
Yeah, I mean, I do like a guy that can at least hit and make contact. I mean, he's not really doing that much this year. So he had his first home run of the season the other night. But that was a tricky situation, the Iglesias situation. I don't know, man. I mean, the thing is, we already have a logjam all over the infield without Candelita here, right? So it's a weird roster construction. I mean, if we sign this Japanese guy, throw him with Beatty, Mauricio, Vientos, we're going to have 7 third basemen on the roster. It's like when I'm playing.
Not get me started on how horribly constructed this rotation has been. It's Penny. This is Montas possessed by Wilpons' ghost.
I mean, we're at the point where I think I said this in the past. Mets 21-28 and Frank the Tank are like the key master and the gatekeeper. Like, I don't know if we could have them come together because you would like the Mets would just you sound just like Frank, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I want to make that very clear.
Frank is just a rambling psychopath more often than not. I at least try to keep key points in play.
That's fair. You do. You're calling out, Blackburn for Brazoban, 6 months ago. That is legit. You're cool with the bullpen? You got to be cool with the bullpen.
It's fine, but the problem is it's getting overtaxed like it was at the home stretch last year.
Yep.
He's too quick to bail out the starters. There's no reason why they should have any type of confidence to begin with. And then he pulls them after the 4th or 5th inning. And then in some cases, they're cruising, and he's like, well, they threw 90 pitches, so let me pull them. What are the odds the next time they go out there that they're even going to come close to 100 pitches? They can't get to 4 innings. Why don't you leave them out there when they're actually got it figured out? Like, he needs to stretch these guys out. We are past 3 quarters through the season, and feels like none of these pitchers have any stamina by the time they get to 100 pitches, and it's because they are regularly throwing 70 pitches.
All because Mendoza is trying too hard to emulate his master.
So all right, Mets 21-28. I am making you David Stearns for the day. You have one move. You have the genie in a bottle. You have one wish, though. What would you do to fix this team right now? Would you fire Mendoza? And then you got to give me a manager you're replacing him with.
I mean, you're stuck with Gibbons until the end of the year anyway.
Yep. So is that your move?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. So fire Mendoza for Gibbons.
I mean, granted, again, Gibbons, only thing you can do, you're stuck with him until the season's over anyway.
Mm-hmm. Now give me your prediction rest of the season based on what you've seen from the whole body of work, which granted is like April and May were sweet, and then everything hit the fan. Where do you see us going over the next month and a half?
If Mendoza doesn't pull his head out of his ass and stop gambling, we're not even making the playoff cut. If he humbles himself, admits to the press of his own stupidity, and maybe things will turn around, we can at least make a playoff cut.
That's fair. All right. So potential for the playoffs as long as Mendoza humbles himself. And if it was up to you, Gibbons would take us, hopefully, you shake it up, and Gibbons takes us home. All right, fair enough. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll have you on later in the season at some point, probably after the Marlins end our season in game 160. It's not going to be easy. Let me just make that point to everyone as well. They're going to keep us hanging around. It would be nice if they just lost 30 straight and we just check out. They're going to keep us just alive long enough to really make us suffer. So Mets 21-28. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, Seth, do me a favor. Send me your Venmo. I'll pay to you. Go
I
get
don't
a
have a
pedicure.
Venmo.
Whatever, figure it out. I want you to go get a pedicure. Put that foot scraper down. We'll get those tootsies looking right. For
Yeah,
the season,
I
okay?
like that.
I'm out.
He's like, I'm done with you guys.
That was
I'm out too. This is the
amazing.
worst hour and 9 minutes and 50 seconds of my life.
Frank is Jafar. Mets 21-28 is Yago. The greatest fucking comment I think I've ever seen.
That comment made the whole stupid ass appearance worth it. Love you, Mets 21-28.
Yeah, man, you're one of one. That is for sure. One of one. I say that about a lot of people. I'm like, man, Stephen Che. He's like, I laughed 26 to 28 times during Naked Gun. I'm like, that guy is one of one. And then Nicky Smokes is Nicky Smokes. Like that guy's. We have just one of ones all over this goddamn office. It's crazy the amount of fucking brains we have that are so goddamn unique.
Goodbye, gentlemen. Goodbye. I suppose you have to believe.
Gotta believe.
Gotta believe.